Flight 1549, they all survived, but can they survive the battle with the airline's insurance company? AIG does not want to pay for more than 3 psychological counseling sessions for a mother and her 4-year-old. The mother, Tess Sosa, joins us. And yes, that is AIG, the same insurance company you and I bailed out last year. The 150 passengers and the hero crew aboard U.S. Airways Flight 1549 probably thought they had survived everything. They thought that way, at least until they met AIG Insurance. Our number one story, one woman's fight against the airline's insurance company and what it won't pay for, and yes, it is that, AIG. After the plane made its now infamous landing into the Hudson, one image sticks. As she, Tess Sosa, and her infant son were evacuating, Ms. Sosa looked behind her and saw her husband attempting to hold her daughter above the freezing water rushing into the plane. Ms. Sosa is now seeking therapy for herself and her daughter. The U.S. Airways people say the airline issued each passenger a $5,000 check, pointed out that it had no legal obligation to do so. Enter the insurer for U.S. Airways, AIG, the American International Group, the same failed insurance giant, given $170 billion of taxpayer bailout money, and its response to the passengers seeking help paying for psychological counseling in the wake of what was still an awfully traumatic day. Joining me now, the survivor of U.S. Airways Flight 1549, Tess Sosa. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
You and your family still obviously would feel trauma from that afternoon. You'd be probably unusual if you did not. What did AIG tell you when you initially called them about some help with seeking mental health therapy?
Honestly, they didn't seem privy to the situation at hand, nor at all cognizant of how this was a traumatic event. When I asked a question, they posed a question to me, well, do you have health insurance? Why don't you have this covered by your insurance? And that was the initial stage of talks with them. And thereafter, after some lapse of time waiting for return calls, they did offer 3 therapy visits a passenger.
3?
Yes.
There's not a lot you can get done in 3 sessions, is there?
No, EMDR is effective, but again, in my case, where I had 2 children and spouse, I would say I needed more therapy.
Do you think that this hasn't gotten more attention, or that AIG thought they could do this because things actually turned out so well in terms of the outcome here? I mean, people see this as a miracle and happy ending, and everybody lived, and there were no serious, or at least there were no life-threatening injuries. If there had been something like that, if there had been 90% survivor rate or something, do you think there'd be a more sympathetic ear from the insurance company, or more of an outrage from the public if they heard of your story?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Well, do you think that because there were so many survivors, the trauma is not evident to people? It's not evident to the insurance company. It's not evident to the public of what you went through?
I think a lot of the public are empathetic to what's happened to us, but then there are people who don't understand. I think unless you've survived a plane crash, our case is a rarity, so no one can really assess exactly how traumatic it was for all of us. I assure you, we have a group, and a lot of the passengers on the flight were business travelers, and they're traveling as we speak, and all of them are going through difficulties. My family and I have not flown as of yet, but yes, there is a sense of this was not, there were no casualties, no injuries, so be happy that you walked away. But I think the main point here is, yes, it was traumatic. Yes, it was a miracle. As far as AIG is concerned, I don't think it's a smart move that they don't treat this as a special case in terms of, it's a historic event. Let's protect this event and its people, the people that were in it. I think that would have been a very smart move for AIG. In light of the bailout that they got, in light of the bad publicity they got beforehand, I think it would have shown some corporate accountability on their end to protect and care for us as an insurer should.
Could have turned it around and made
They
it into made it a big event, and everybody could have been smiling, and there would have been nice pictures.
And it wouldn't have taken much. It would have taken a few phone calls. Yes, we'll pay for your therapy. How can we help you?
Exactly.
And also, I just want to add that they continue to change their contact person, which stalled the claims, and it made the passengers feel like we weren't really cared about.
I can understand how you feel that way. Tess Sosa, survivor of the U.S. Airways crash in the Hudson River. Good luck with this, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
That's